Thanks for stopping by. You are listening to the audio-only version of our episode. You can catch our streams live on YouTube, Kick, and from our Facebook page. Be sure to like, follow, and subscribe to get updates about our schedule. All our links are in the description below and at links.chaoticallybalanced.com. Thanks! Let's head into the adventure. There we go. It helps if I hit the record button first, so there's not just an awkward pause. But that's what happens when you're gone for a while. Welcome, fellow adventurers, nerds, and neurodivergents. Sit back, stay hydrated, and prepare yourselves for tonight's long overdue and awaited adventure. To give everyone a proper recap, this group of adventurers has had its fair share of challenges and luck. From surviving major storms to deceiving government officials, they've been busy. Upon leaving Fear Day, they made some friends and some enemies. They embarked on a 3-day journey to the island of Kirag, a quick stop, if you will, for Ynor Gravy. They encountered a slaver ship with a powerful captain, provided proper paperwork to an Ishanian escort ship with an Inspector Gelinor, and survived another storm. They came across a midnight raid and called for help, passed merchant and transport ships leaving Kirag, and made it to a port on Kirag itself. During this time, they almost died, schemed slavers, and saved some of the slaves. Upon reaching port, they were greeted with some hostility. There was some damage to the buildings of this little port town and a lone merchant ship in the docks. It was a Sioux-sailing ship. Eventually, Zara Yorn, the appointed keeper of this island, let them in. She ordered the guards to give the slaves refuge while she spoke with the group. Lala broke away from the group successfully to keep an eye on their rescued slaves. Zara informed them that the attack most recently came from the Sioux-sailing ship itself. Joaquim had inspected the paperwork and confirmed that his dad's signature was a damn good forgery. There was more conversation, and then Zara granted the group lodging for the night. They would resume their discussion and investigation in the morning. This evening, however, the group had a strange dream of rescuing kidnapped individuals, where they were ambushed by bounty hunters and a strange, mysterious being. They fought for their lives, saved the kidnapped individuals, finding Kraka and Deedle among them. Then, the mysterious figure said that someone from the group was its offspring before vanishing and causing everyone to wake up. We pop back in to the next morning, so let's get a proper morning. How about this? All right. You guys wake up from your... I mean, it's a house. It's not like a cargo or a warehouse. It's a house, nice, probably like officers' quarters.
You got us an Airbnb?
Not quite. Officers' quarters. Still a little cramped for 5 people plus a hippogriff. But it's 2 levels. The downstairs has a nice little seating area and cooking area. Larger than what the ship had, but still smaller in comparison to your house that you're used to, Ynor, or Joaquim, your house back in Zatha. Much nicer than what any of you 3 are used to for Deedle, Kraka, and Lala, who is currently Becky. You have all been jolted awake from this strange dream just as the sun is peeking over the horizon. What is it that you are doing?
So we're all in the same room, correct?
Yes. Yeah, it's like a large officer's quarter room. So, like I said, it's still cramped, but more comfortable than the cargo hold of the ship.
Do you think they'll let us on the Stu sailing ship?
Couldn't hurt to ask.
I'm gonna pop my head out of my shell, and I'm gonna be like, "You mean his dad's ship?"
Yeah.
Uh, I mean, I'm sure there's something that we can find, but I don't think they'll just willingly allow us to get on there.
I mean, technically, in the absence of his dad, it's Loverboy's ship.
Touche.
And
Also,
besides,
aren't you all deputized?
Yes, technically, you all have the badge, the badges you were given from Ren, Lady Ren, that are from the Arlegian tribes and the Arctic Alliance.
sorry, just recap. Mr. Sue, did they know for sure that he's like missing? Like, have they looked, or is it just like, oh, this just happened? We haven't even had a chance to see if he's like, maybe he's just back at his office being a normal dude and his ship was hijacked kind of thing, or is he like gone and no one knows where he is?
The information that you have been provided with and that you have been given to look over all points to this being a stolen ship.
Right. But that's what I mean. Like, is Mr. Sue missing? Or is he like back at his office wondering where his missing ship was and now it's showed up here?
I don't think we
Your
know at this point, right? Because I mean, based on what I remember from the last session, the only thing that Joaquin noticed was that it was
The
his,
forgery.
the forgery.
Yeah. That's what I
right.
thought. I wondered. I mean, I figured Joaquin would have some way to like get a hold of his dad or at least try to find out.
I mean, aside from like magic, message sending or anything like that, we don't have cell phones or anything, so I wouldn't have any other way.
Has Joaquin tried to get a hold of his dad?
Not up to this point, and you have not gotten any other information about the investigation into this most recent attack. So you're not sure if there's any evidence of a struggle on the ship itself, like someone was held against
Right.
their will or anything. You just know the paperwork that you were shown.
Those,
Mostly because Zara was trying to feel you guys out as you were also feeling her out.
those were the clues and stuff I was hoping to look for if he's like gone. Aren't you worried about your dad, Joaquin? Like, you're the only one who has one, and he seems pretty cool.
So Joaquin, at this point, he hasn't really said anything. He just kind of wakes up from that nightmare, kind of looks around at what everybody else is doing, and then remembers that his father's uh, handwriting was forged. So really, that's all he's thinking about right now, just in like pensive, quiet contemplation.
Okay. There's also the other detail that your nightmarish visitor said, other than that they were looking for their offspring. Someone or multiples of you in this group are hiding more than you're letting on about his offspring and who he was looking for. Because he said someone was hired help who failed their job.
As I say, we did talk a little bit about the whole like who has a dad thing kind of openly.
As far as you know or is aware, only one person has worked a job like that. Right? And that is the cat.
That is correct. The only thing Ynor knows about everyone here, so Deedle, worked mercenary for hire jobs, whatever she could do to survive.
Wait, I mean, reasonably, we were all supposed to, like, I mean, I guess we were assigned to kill the pirate queen or whatever, and we did not. Yeah?
The mysterious visitor was talking about someone failing their job to kill their offspring,
Oh.
not the pirate queen. This is separate.
I did not get that was that specific. Wow.
This is separate.
What
Because
a shit.
he said hired help can't be trusted. I should do this job myself.
What a shitty dad.
So going back to Ynor's question, Deedle is the only one that you know of that has taken on mercenary jobs with all types of people, both legit and unruly sorts. Kraka doesn't seem like he saw much of light because he keeps talking about being stuck on the bottom of the ship.
Yeah, he said he's been on the bottom of the ship his whole life.
Yeah, and Lala's just all over the place. So
I don't think Lala has it in her to be a hired killer.
That depends on who we're killing, Stepdad.
An innocent police officer.
No cops are innocent.
Sorry,
technically,
Dylan.
I take offense to that.
Sorry,
go ahead, Joachim. Go ahead.
So we are. Where exactly are we right now?
You're on the island of Kurag, that is currently under the domain of Zara Yorn, and they just had a raid, like the night before, from your father's stolen ship.
I want to go to see Zara, so I would pop up and I would go looking for Zara. I wouldn't even say anything to anybody. I just go looking for Zara.
Okay.
And if anybody asked Joaquin where he's going, he wouldn't even look at you. He would just say, "I need answers now."
Ynor would follow.
Wait, are we getting food?
Lala is sneaking after because she's just curious as to what the fuck.
Are you sneaking comically, or are you sneaking actually?
Actual sneak.
Roll a stealth check for me. Kraka, no one responds to if they're getting food or not.
I want to get some food. I'm hungry.
I kind of look around because I didn't hear you or see you the whole time, so I don't even know where that came from.
Lala, not stealthy. What happened?
I rolled a 5.
I think.
Does Lala fart as she's trying to be stealthy?
Let's see.
I say 15 isn't bad. We're like level.
Unfortunately, 15 only beats your own passive perception.
Oh,
So you yourself think you're being stealthy, but you're not.
fun.
And because you started following after Ynor and Joachim just kind of sense that you're there because you're still half asleep. So you're snickering to yourself a little bit.
Very quietly doing the Mission Impossible theme song.
Yeah. And then you don't even notice that Kraka and Deedle aren't in front of you, they're behind you. Because they weren't following yet. So you're just pretending to be stealthy in between all of your companions who can all see what you're doing.
It didn't mean to be comical, but it turned out that way.
And then Poppy, of course, follows behind all of you because she struggles to make it through the upper floor's doorway.
So, are we just pretending we don't see Lala?
We know what she's doing. Just let her think she has it.
Well, no, I'm not saying go to get it, but I'm hungry. I want to go get food. But like as we walk past her, just act like we don't see her.
Mm-hmm. Like
Oh,
she's
all right.
invisible.
Okay.
I
So
just
where would
noticed,
we-
how do 3 of you have the same HP? Sorry. Joaquim, Kraka, and Lala, you all have 54 HP.
Real?
Let me
Oh
make sure-
wow, I didn't even realize that.
I was
Let me
just
make-
looking over at your, because I pulled up your passive perception. I'm looking at your sheets, and you all 3 of you have 54 HP. I just thought
Yeah.
that was funny.
Oh no.
Weird.
Let me
That
make
is very
sure I
weird.
did mine right. I rolled HP 30.
I say I've not touched it, so I don't know.
I just took the average.
All right. So Joaquim and Yenor, you both get down first, and subsequently start just heading for the door to go outside. You hear the tiny footsteps and the tiny theme song behind you, and then you a few feet behind that you hear Kraka and Deedle like sleepily walking down the stairs. And instead of following you guys out, they're going into the kitchen to rummage some food together, presumably. And then Poppy kind of just shimmies her way down the stairwell.
Oh, I didn't know there was a kitchen. Is it a free for all kitchen? Could I just do whatever I want and not get yelled at?
I mean, this is currently your place of residence while you are staying here.
Oh, I thought just the sleeping area was. All right, gotcha. But I'm just gonna try to cook whatever up I can for everybody if there's a kitchen.
The kitchen is stocked. It looks like some of what was on your ship has been brought in as well at some point, probably while you were conversing with Zara. So all of your food stores have been brought in as well, at least everything that can fit. The ship's obviously stocked for a longer journey. So you've got plenty of what you had on the ship, plus some like fresher fish and meat, some root vegetables.
Can I assume we got off a long rest?
Oh yeah, you guys got a long rest.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, if any of you need to click the long rest button to refresh skills or whatever, you can. You all got a long rest from that sleep. The dream didn't interrupt your resting capability. It's just a little disturbing.
No, it's a dream.
So Yenor and Wakim, do you both continue leaving, hearing Kraka and Deedle rummage around and start making breakfast?
So Joaquin would definitely continue on to find Zara because again he's very focused on what's going on regarding his father right now.
Eudora will keep going.
Lala, you and your somewhat sneaky self, are you continuing to follow, or are you gonna go for food?
Who's Lala? It's Becky.
You're not in the presence of anyone else yet, so currently it's Lala. Poppy is going to be torn between the barrel of fish that's just in the kitchen and following you, Lenore. You see her get to the downstairs, she looks at you. Because you hear her. Then she looks over and she sees the barrel fish and she's sniffing it and she looks at you. She looks at the fish. She looks at you. She looks at the fish.
Go ahead.
Just Kraka and Deedle behind you, you just hear the sloppy chomp sounds of a hippogriff chowing down on a barrel of fish.
Ooh, she'll be gassy later.
Poppy, you want me to cook some?
She doesn't even take her head up. She's just going at it. Like a dog when you open their food container that all their food's stored in.
Yeah, I prefer it raw too.
Joaquim and Yenor, as you step out a couple of paces out into the street, and presumably Lala behind you, but still being sneaky, you actually, Joaquim, almost bump into Zara as she is walking towards you, towards your place of rest for the night.
Apologies. And again, he would kind of, shake, kind of try and come back to his senses. And then he'd look at her with a stern and serious look and say, about the letter you had with my dad's signature on it. Can we talk more about that? Because if something happened to him, I need to know. I have to do something. I can't just sit idle.
I've been awake all night with an investigation team going through that ship. We didn't find anything amiss other than, it being a mess. They raided the stores that were on the ship while they were traveling. So there's food and discarded things all over the place. It's just a mess.
Nobody knows his dad better than Joaquin. He might see some things amiss that you don't.
That's why I was coming over here before I went to try to get some shut-eye. I was going to ask if you would like to take a look at the ship. You and your companions here have proven to be mostly trustworthy. She gives a little side-eye to you, Becky, as you're still, half crouched and humming to yourself.
We're gonna be spies.
So yes.
She's still in disguise?
She's not in disguise. She just told Zara that her name's Becky.
Oh, my mistake. I apologize. Okay.
And she rolled really high on that persuasion check.
Speaking of,
yes.
she's.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, Lala's gonna excitedly start digging through her disguise kit to put out a little Sherlock Holmes outfit together.
As Lala does this, and as Zara says, Becky, Joaquin just instinctively, he would minor illusion like a question mark above his own head as he puts on like a what?
Yeah.
What? But again, he doesn't play it up because again, he knows that Lala likes to play these games with people. So he's just gonna let it ride and respond to Zara. Said, "Yes, please, what the Dark Child said. Can we see the boat?"
Yeah, I've instructed the guard that has been left to just keep an eye over the area to let you through whenever you wish. That's all I have for you, unfortunately. You can have these, and she hands you the forged document.
Yeah, I would definitely take those. Thank
Do
you.
with these what you will. Just make sure they make it back to me in one piece.
Most definitely. Thank you, lady.
Not a lady, just Zara, please. I don't need the title.
Zara, it is.
Investigator Graybreeze. We could use someone with your experience and knowledge to figure out what is going on here. If you can find any clues about where they came from or why this is happening, that would be wonderful. I can go back to my cottage sooner. I will pay you upon the completion of this request. All of you, obviously, you're all one group, so you will get some type of payment.
Absolutely. As long as we can have a chat about Dawnbringer later.
That's fine. She's been itching for a fight anyway.
Money and a chance to wear my Sherlock Holmes outfit.
As they both say this, can I kind of sneak a peek at the compass?
Oh yeah, at your compass. Yes, you can. Because no one has identified it yet for you, and you haven't identified it yourself. Where? I need to find it.
I'd specifically want to know if any of the needles are pointing towards Dawnbringer.
There it is. No.
None of them?
None of the needles are pointing towards Dawnbringer.
Okay. Are any of them pointing towards Zara in any way? Or in the direction of the ship?
So here's a weird one. So you know how when a compass gets close to a magnetic field, it just starts spinning?
Yep.
Like the needle just starts going crazy, right? So one of the needles, still pointing north, right? You know the one that's pointing north, it's labeled north. One of the needles is just kind of spinning.
Huh.
The rest of them are all kind of just fixated in various directions. None of them are specifically pointing to Zara or the ship or anything.
If Zara is still there, I would ask her real quick. Do you know anybody who can help identify some weird magic items? And I would hold up the compass. I have no idea what this thing is.
I was only given the brutes. I wasn't given anyone with arcane prowess, unfortunately, to guard this area. However, we could put in a word for you at the arcane library that is held in Curag. They might have someone that could help.
I appreciate it. Yeah. We'll swing on by there afterwards.
But the city itself is a little eccentric, let's say.
Eccentric?
They're not quite like the mainlanders of the Ishanians.
I mean, what, are they dangerous?
No, just eccentric.
Lala pops up from behind the chair with a little hat and shawl and magnifying glass and a pipe.
There's no chair. You're in the middle of the street. Were you just phantom sitting on an invisible chair?
I'm like crouching behind something, so I just kind of picked like a little like a sidewalk chair. You know how like they'll have little cafes or something. I assumed I was crouching behind like a chair or something there.
This is a military installment for a fishing port. What kind of cafes do you think are on the street?
Fish ones.
A fish cafe. You know what? You know what? There's one of those old, beaten up, partially rusted metal benches that you could have sat on.
Okay. She was crouching behind it with her stuff. But she's gonna pop up with her little Sherlock Holmes outfit and be like, I'm sure we'll fit right in. We'll blend.
I hope she doesn't scratch herself on that thing because that thing sounded very rusty and unsanitary.
Tetanus. Never heard of her.
Right?
She'll be fine. If there's no other questions that you have for me, I'm gonna go back to my quarters.
Joaquin nods. Thank you. And then I'd look at Yenor and Lala. Well, I guess Lala's playing hide and seek, so I would look at Yenor and say,
Well,
You go
she
check out the
broke her
ship?
stealth effectively by popping up and being in a Sherlock outfit.
all right, so I'll look at her and say, come on, investigator.
Thank you for respecting my skills. And she'll like focus her magnifying glass on his face.
Joaquin will literally, so he will minor illusion a larger, like, two big eyes just rolling themselves. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then I guess I'll look at Yenor and say, you want to head to that ship now? Take a look.
Yeah, let's go.
All right. The three of you head off in the direction of the docks where the ship is. So while you guys are walking, we're just gonna pop back to Kraka and Deedle and Poppy. Kraka, what food are you throwing together? You have your choice of various things here.
I don't know, like some kind of meat, potato, and egg, like stir fry.
Okay. You find all of the ingredients for that, as well as various spices and
We have a
drinks.
bunch of that herbs for the tea, correct? I'm gonna make some tea.
Yes, you do have a bunch of herbs for tea. There's even some roasted coffee beans if you wanted to make a coffee.
Oh, then I'll make coffee too for whoever doesn't want tea. And I'll make something vegetarian as well. I don't know, just a salad maybe. For somebody that doesn't maybe want meat. Assuming anybody else shows up besides just the party, then they're welcome to the little buffet.
Okay. That's going to take you a while to throw together, but you're just kind of standing there going between pots, pans, and everything and just cooking yourself. Deedle, are you doing anything in particular?
I'm just gonna help Kraka.
At
And
some
maybe
point,
make some egg and fish with cheese on it.
fish and cheese. What kind
Egg,
of cheese?
fish, and cheese.
It depends on the cheese.
Parmesan.
That's acceptable. Not putting just a slice of Kraft cheese on a fish with eggs.
That's what
No,
McDonald's does.
What?
That's what McDonald's does.
That's a fish fillet, though. That's not like a freshly caught fish. There's a difference.
It's only if it's shitty fish.
Yeah.
Shitty frozen breaded fish.
bleh.
All right. So you're both cooking. Poppy eventually having eaten, I'd say a third of the barrel, just kind of plops down on the floor behind you. Does like the cat bloated belly roll on her side, laying there.
Somebody's fat and happy.
So you guys will spend a good portion of this early morning time cooking. So we're gonna pop back to the investigative team. You guys make it to the ship, and you see a guard standing there who looks like he is asleep on his feet, kind of just swaying. You see you guys walk up, and he kind of just stands up straight and comes to attention. Hey, what do you want?
Step aside, Governor. The crack team's here.
I'm not the gov. I don't know who you are.
What she meant was, and Joaquin again just gives her like evil eye for half a second, and then looks back at the guard. We're here to check out the ship. We're on orders from Czar.
Oh. Okay. I was told to let you in.
Yep. Stand
Okay.
aside, handsome. We'll take it from here.
He kind of just sits back on the wooden stool that he was sitting on and almost dozes off as you guys are granted access to the ship.
As Joaquin walks past him, he pats the dude on the head lightly and says, "Good boy."
You don't really get a response other than like a tired grumble.
He's just on the dock, yeah? Like right in front of the ship before you step on.
Yes.
I'm gonna nudge his chair and shove him in the water.
Are you doing this stealthily?
I mean, it's a quick kick, man.
Make an athletics check.
Not like he's gonna see it. He's half asleep. Oh,
Also, that's a 27.
oh, that's a good
Yeah.
one.
Lala's got good athletics. You do kick the chair out from under him, but he does not fall into the water. He just kind of tumbles backwards onto the boat.
Lucky this time.
And
Stay on your
hits
toes,
his
soldier.
head on like a crate.
He's not hurt, is he? I wasn't trying to hurt him. I was just trying to make him wet.
I mean, he doesn't get up.
Great, I
Oh, God.
killed him.
There's no blood, but he doesn't get up.
So Joaquin would hear this and turn around and see this dude, like, I guess, face down. She's like, what the hell just happened?
Backwards.
Well-
Backwards. So he's face up, but he's like in the sitting position, but on his back.
Lala quick throws her little, like, Sherlock cloak over him so Joaquin doesn't see. And just like, no, there's nothing there. Nothing's happened.
But
What are you looking?
there are clearly feet pointing out underneath that cloak.
Those are fish.
Those are fish?
She just keeps walking and like tries to walk past Joaquin like it didn't happen.
I checked. I remove the cloak, and then I make sure that the dude's still breathing.
He's still breathing. He's just knocked out.
For the corporate.
Children.
And
then-
or he fell asleep before she kicked the chair out from under him, and he's still asleep now.
This person will sleep through anything. Joaquin covers him back up with the cloak and then walks off.
Make an investigation or perception check.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go perception.
I guess Lala, technically, you could do one too, since you're the one that put the cloak there and knocked him there.
Oh no, I meant like on the ship. Are we gonna? I want to investigate on the ship.
Right,
And
I'm
look-
having you investigate now to see if you see something.
Oh, okay. You said investigation or perception.
Yes.
Okay. Yay!
Those are both decent rolls. Pretty good. 22 and a 21. It's hard to tell if it's wear and tear or signs of a struggle, but there are scuff marks around the deck of the ship, because this is a smaller merchant ship, Joaquin. It's not as large as your new vessel was that you took out on its maiden voyage. This is a smaller one. So there's some scuff marks. You don't know if something was moved off the ship, moved onto the ship. There was a struggle. But yeah, there's scuff marks all over the deck. And they don't look weathered like the wood of the deck does. So they're fresh.
But I can't determine if they were caused by a struggle.
Correct. You don't know what they were caused by, but you noticed them.
All right, I point them out to the group. Say, there's scuff marks everywhere. I can't really get too much more from that, but something definitely happened here.
Yeah, both you and Lala see that.
Are they worn deep or the sort that would like clean off with a good swabbing?
You're unsure. Yeah, Yenor. After this is pointed out to you, you can specifically make an investigation check on the scuff marks themselves, which might give Lala an answer to her question. So a 17, not quite as good, but you're looking closer at the marks themselves. They seem to be indented into the wood. Like a scrape, like a fine scrape, but like scrapes and scratches, not just something that would be like stained, like wiped off, or like signs of someone being dragged across the deck. It's something dug into the deck here. Crates, like storage something.
Okay.
They're not deep claw marks. They're like light scuff, but they're not scuffs that could be easily washed off. That's all you get from Lala shenanigans with the guard. Are you going to enter the inside of the ship now?
I thought we were already inside, but yeah, absolutely.
No, that was the outside of the ship because Lala's kicking the stool out from under the guard distracted you.
Gotcha. All right, so yeah, that's the outside. We're going in.
Okay. It smells gross. Imagine old food plus sweaty gym locker.
So high school. back in high
Yes,
school.
and then add ocean smell on top of it.
Oh, lovely. Okay. So essentially, high school in like Westerly, Connecticut. Gotcha.
Why Connecticut?
Oh, you've never been to Westerly? It's the quintessential beach town. It's like yeah.
Okay, I
Because
understand.
fuck Connecticut.
But yeah, it's that kind of like moist, musty, salty, just icky, gross smell. Like you walk in and you feel like you need to shower.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
Um, they trashed the ship,
How
basically.
long was this thing at sea?
Well, uh, since you all already rolled, actually, Joaquin, I'll have you make an investigation check specifically.
Me specifically?
Yeah, because Lala and Yenor already made investigation checks. Yours was a perception. So I'll have you make an investigation.
Can I ask one of them for help? Or
Sure.
can I help one of them? Because I think they have the better investigation.
If you would like to allow one of them, although technically Yenor already has advantage on investigation.
Lala, what's your
Well,
thing in
okay.
investigation?
I'll do this. You can give Lala advantage on another investigation check. Or you can allow Yenor to roll again her investigation check.
Who's got the better modifier?
+5.
Yenor has a +7.
There you go.
Yenor? Yep. Go ahead, Yenor.
Would I still get the advantage? Because I naturally have advantage on it.
Right, yeah. So,
Yeah,
23.
Ooh.
Avoided a natural 1.
Yeah. Yes, she did.
Can I hero point her thing, or I
No.
can't do that, right? No.
No.
Okay.
All right, so your question was how long was this thing at sea? Well, you are on the northern coast of Ishania, and Zatha is on the western coast, along the western border of Ishania, on the continent of Dralish. That trip, following a normal shipping lane from Zatha to Kureg, assuming it started in Zatha, would take approximately the same amount of time that took you guys to get here. 3 days, 3 or 4 days. With this ship, it's smaller, it's not as fast, probably pushing 4 or 5 days. You don't know if it had to make any stops. You don't know when it got hijacked at this point. So, based on the state of the ship on the inside, there was either like 20 to 30 people packed in here just wrecking this ship, or it was at sea for at least a week longer than it should have been.
This is a stew sailing vessel, or no?
Yes.
Would I be familiar with I guess the setup, where things are and whatnot, and notice if something was specifically targeted or specifically, like, again, I would know where things are on on these vessels, right?
Yeah, this was kind of drilled into you as you were growing up, and not drilled into you in like the toxic way, but just it was part of your life.
Yeah.
And it was part of your extracurricular studies for sailing. And it's one of your passions as a sailor. You knew all the ships, all the designs, front to back, like the back of your hands. You were involved as you got older in actually helping design the layouts of some of these ships, or helping your dad make decisions on what to put money into for upgrades. So
Okay.
I'd say you're quite familiar. I'm not even going to make you roll for it. You're quite familiar with all of the Sioux sailing ships, especially the older ones. This is one of the older ones.
And you said this is a merchant vessel?
Yes, this is Sioux sailing doesn't really have a lot of combat vessels yet. Again, your ship was one of the newest, the one that you had taken out and
Mhm.
took some damage with, but it has survived otherwise. It was equipped with limited defense capabilities. The ship doesn't have any. It's basically just floating treasure trove for pirates, essentially.
Gotcha.
That's why it's small. That's why if it's small, it can stay hidden. Looking around on the inside of this ship for anomalies other than the smell and the grossness.
Yeah.
Every single door and cabinet and trunk and hidden trunk has been opened and left open. Like they went through and ransacked the entire ship.
Okay. Would I know where anyone who is piloting this vessel would store the most high value items?
Yeah, that's generally back where the captain's quarters are, so opposites, because you would Lala kick the chair out from the guy, he landed at the front of the ship, then there's the door to go into the cabin and the actual inside of the ship. At the back of the ship, where the captain's quarters would be. Not that the ship has more than one person on it anyway.
Do we have in our papers where the ship was supposed to be going and what it was carrying? Like,
In the forged documents.
yeah, or at least the forged signature. Is the whole document forged or just the signature? Because that makes a difference too. Like, it was
has it?
coming to this port.
Right. Are you
wanna see it?
asking? Yeah, are you asking Joaquin for the papers?
Yes.
All right. If she's asking, yeah, he'd pull out the documents and give them to her to look over. As he does this, he would start walking towards the captain's quarters.
Okay. Yenor, is there anything specific you would like to focus on in the ship? Lala, it will take you a while to go through all of the paperwork unless you have help. Do you want to help Lala?
If she's asking me for help, or
Okay. So Yenor's going to help sit down with Lala. Both of you just do the arm down at one edge of the table and just sweep all the shit off onto the floor.
yeah,
Joaquin, behind you, you just hear as shit just falls on the floor.
he does like a comical cringe as he hears that, and then he starts to turn around. It's like, nope, I'm focused, and then he like redirects himself towards the captain's quarters.
It wasn't the sound of anything breaking. It's just like the wrappers and the scraps of stuff just being thrown on the floor, making louder noise than actual damage.
This is still a Sioux sailing vessel, so you don't want to make it too messy, right? Or messier.
Those dollar store forks you stock the galley with, huh?
I'll have you know. And then he starts getting loud for a second, and just like, and then he makes a big fist, and then he minor illusions like a flaming fist, and he just looks at Lala. One day. And then it poofs, and then he turns back and goes into the captain's quarters.
Okay. So Lala and Yenor, you both are going to be sitting at the now semi-clean table. Parts of it are a little sticky, so you're careful where you put your hands in the papers. But semi-clean table, and you start going through documents. It's going to take you a little bit. There's a stack of papers of like I don't know, 20 or 30 papers. Some of it's ship log, some of it's legal paperwork, some of it's like passenger and storage information. So it's gonna take a while to sift through all that. Joaquin, you make it to the back of the ship, looking around. You see that the chest, there's usually a chest at the end of the bed, like in your captain's quarters.
Mm-hmm.
There is wardrobes with locks on the either side of the bed, kind of like half wardrobes because you can have a lamp on, or a lamp or a torch or some light source on top of them.
Mm-hmm.
And then in the closets, there's also trunks that are locked. All of those are opened and empty. But what your ship doesn't have, and what this ship does have, is a hidden compartment under the bed.
I guess I don't even know about it though, do I?
You know this ship has a hidden compartment under the bed.
Okay, so
You
then, yeah.
just know that your ship doesn't have the same hidden compartment.
But this
Because
ship
your
does.
ship has more storage capability. And you notice that the bed and the wardrobes haven't been shifted or moved at all.
Huh. And he would immediately go check that secret compartment.
This will also take you a while because you got to move the furniture around.
Yep, and I am not strong. I'm strongish. But not really.
We call it captain's quarters. Your bed's like a king bed in your captain's quarters, right? These captain quarters like a full bed.
Okay.
We're talking small It's called the captain's quarters, but it's really just a sleeping room.
Yeah, it's Pee-wee quarters. I got you.
Right. So the part that takes you a while is figuring out how to shift the furniture, not the physical action of shifting it itself.
So he stands there for a moment and like ponders, and you see like the equations going around his head. And then he's just like, "Yep, I have no idea." But then yeah, he'll take a few moments to try and figure it out.
Lala and Yenor, you have gone through the paperwork. You're continuing to go through the paperwork. You see there's just quick captain's logs of where the ship stopped and started and stopped and started. It starts strangely, Yenor. The captain's log starts when you left Zatha on your investigative mission to the Pirate Queen. That's just when the first log was of this ship leaving port. And then there's record of it returning back to that port and then leaving and returning back. But there's no record of where it went. So it left Zatha's port. There's no log of where it was going. And then Captain wrote in that it came back to Zatha's port. Then left Zatha's port, and there's no log of where it went, and then it came back to Zatha's port. Just, one of the trips lasted 5 days, one of the trips was 3 days.
Oh, hi. Nice to see you there. Thanks for stopping by and enjoying the show. You can support us further by leaving a like and review. Spread the fun by sharing with your friends, as we're sure they'll have a good time. You can also help us by heading over to chaoticallybalanced.com/support, link in the description below, and seeing what exclusive content is available to you. Alright, it's time to get back into the adventure.
One of the
When
trips was
the last time that it left port, any port?
So the most recent time that it again left from Zatha about 2 or 3 weeks ago, but there is no captain's log after that one.
So the ship may have been at sea for 2 weeks.
Potentially. but because of the missing entries of where it was leaving to, you don't know where it was going because it wasn't written in. Could have just been oversight on the captain's part. He was just lazy and just like, oh, I'm just always going to be running the ship. I'll just half-ass the captain's log. You don't know.
How do captains sign the captain log? Is it like full name kind of shit? Or is it like a scribble?
So there's an initial at each entry, and then when they fill up a page, the full name goes at the bottom of the page, the full signature.
And is it Joaquim's dad's name?
Not on not on this log report. Not on the first page of the log report that has all these entries, and there's only one page of the log.
I'm gonna go ask Joaquim if he recognizes the captain's name.
So Yenor gets up from the table with this page and walks to where Joaquim went, and as Yenor walks in there, she sees Joaquim kind of playing Jenga with furniture. Not really. It's more like horizontal Tetris.
Yep.
Do you need some help?
No. Yes.
Yenor will start to help.
So Joaquim, as Yenor says this, you see she's holding a paper in her hands.
What's that?
Do you know this name?
Joaquin kind of minor illusions, a pair of magnifying glass, and like, do I recognize this name?
It's a name you've seen on other paperwork. Not really prominent, doesn't really stand out. It's just one of the various merchant captains that Sioux Sailing hires to make smaller runs. Generally, the larger runs your dad goes out on or sends you out on. But for smaller runs or for resupply, like a quick resupply to somewhere, he'll send out the handful of other merchant sailing captains that Sioux Sailing has.
Not personally familiar with this person, so I would kind of look at Yenor and just kind of give a shrug. Sorry, didn't meet this one before.
Well, when we do find what happened to your dad, you should probably give this guy a reprimand. He's shit at record taking.
Fair enough. What the hell is this?
So, after investigating the paper, both you, Joaquim, and Yenor spend some time playing furniture Tetris horizontally. Yenor, you're not quite sure why you're playing furniture Tetris. You just walked in and he's moving furniture around. You figured it's for a good reason, so you just began helping. Yeah.
I'm just like, yeah, move the table now put the chair over here.
It's like thinking you can make a turn with a 3-point K turn, but it ends up being a 19-point K turn.
Pivot.
Oh my.
Pivot.
Not that far left. No, now you're too far right. It's that.
I'm just gonna ask him what exactly he needs to get to.
If you just give me it, put it there. Okay, there, yes. And then right when she does that, I think he would be able to access the secret spot.
Yeah, so as you ask that question while moving the furniture, you see him get super excited. And you look where he's looking, there's a hatch underneath the bed.
I could have just lifted the bed. That wasted 20 minutes. Come on, dude.
He just kind of gives a deadpan look. Anyway, these older ships, they have these secret compartments. These douchebags, whoever they were, they didn't get here. I wonder what's
Secret
inside.
compartment. There's only one secret compartment on these ships.
I mean, well, just in speaking, like the older ships tend to have a secret compartment.
Yes.
Ah, so that's where you guys keep the drugs.
Party favors. Party favors.
Listen, I knew you couldn't realistically sail that long while being sober.
I mean, I only bring stuff for the good time. And he gives like the biggest cheese smile.
And how many whores do you need to have a good time? Are there any in the compartment?
When she asks how many whores, he literally starts counting on his fingers and then stops once he starts getting to his toes.
Oh, God. You're gross.
Anyway, and then he would go to open up the thing.
Okay. We're gonna pop back to Lala real quick because that took a little while.
Apologies.
No, it's fine. It's just I'm trying to keep the timeline.
He was also looking to see if the papers denote what they were supposed to be shipping at all.
Yep, I was getting there, but the logs the logs came first.
But okay.
So Yenor takes the log paperwork to go to Joaquin, and then you hear a bunch of banging back there for a while. You assume that they're looking for something, so you continue going through the paperwork. You find, there's a bunch of paperwork that you've seen with Yenor before, like the travel permits and the docking permits. All share the same signature as the one that was at the bottom of that first captain. Then you see a handful of pages that describe what the ship should have been carrying. And they're dated similarly to the supply run, not supply runs, to when the ship was leaving port. They have a similar entry style. One of them was a resupply of grains and other vegetables that are grown on the mainland, but maybe not on the island. Another was a supply run to bring in fruits and other island native things back to Zatha.
Pages also denote the customers, because I assume like it suggests like which particular farmers or sellers we're getting them from and what clients we're delivering them to. Yes.
So it just says for for delivering the goods, it's just labeled as Sioux Sailing Distribution Center.
I see. So there's no way we can cross-reference which deliveries were made.
No, it just says it's Sioux Sailing Distribution Center, and then it lists like the city name for the distribution center. But every time it just says Sioux Sailing Distribution Center, Zatha.
There's no client names to cross-reference. Gotcha.
Not on this page. As you get further down the records to the more recent records, up until the ship disappeared, there was one that said miscellaneous cargo. And then there's another entry for miscellaneous cargo. And then another
Oh.
entry for miscellaneous cargo.
That's suspicious.
And all those just listed warehouse district with an address.
Is it the same address?
For all three of them, for all the miscellaneous cargo, yes.
She's gonna pull out her lipstick and like highlight these.
Okay.
Okay.
Further through the sheets, you find some other documentation that looks odd. It looks like it's been tampered with, either magically or otherwise. When you aren't looking directly at the pages, so if you're looking straight and you see it out of the peripheral, it looks like there's writing on the page. But when you look at the page, it's like your eyes can't focus on what the page actually says.
If I put it down and like turn my body and just like, can I like try to read it just from the periphery? Even if I just catch like a few like large words, like if there's a title or something. Is there anything I can see?
I would say this specific. Why is it rolling another investigation check for you?
Oh, I don't know.
I would say make a peripheral vision, so you're not looking at it closely. Make a perception check, but with disadvantage.
Oh, this is gonna suck.
Because of the specific way you describe trying to look at the document.
Is there a mirror around?
You don't see one in the vicinity of where you are,
Oh wait,
but you.
I have one in my disguise kit.
Okay.
I think now that I'm just thinking about it, like she pull out her mirror.
Okay.
And kind of put the paper behind her head and like look at it with the mirror and see if she can read it that way. See if anything shows up.
All right. That will remove the disadvantage, but it will still be a perception check.
Okay. And that's not a good roll. I'm gonna inspiration it. Just
go ahead and reroll.
That's not any better.
It's actually worse.
It is. All right, I'm not gonna try and keep doing this. She'll keep her mirror out and see if maybe, or Joaquin better at it.
You don't get any details, but you do see that the title of the page. You can't make out the smaller words, but it says something about a under the table contract deal.
Ooh, sus. Yeah, her mirror that she has is like a little compact mirror, which may also be, it sucks at seeing it, but she's just essentially going to like clip those pages with her compact so that she can give them to them and explain what's happening once they catch up.
Okay. We're going to pop back to Joaquin and Yenor. Joaquin, you open the hatch. A stronger musty smell hits you.
Oh.
If we find his dead dad in the secret hold, I'm gonna lose my shit.
You're only level 6. I wouldn't do that to you. And plus, it's a musty smell, not the smell of death.
That's a level 14 tragedy.
No, a musty smell hits you. There is a sack of rotting potatoes right underneath the hatch as you open it.
Ugh.
What kind of fucking weird captains do you have that hide potatoes under their?
I mean, you can do plenty with potatoes, but why keep them here?
You also know that the hatch should be deeper than how high the potatoes are positioned.
I mage hand move the smelly potatoes.
How much weight can mage hands lift?
I want to say 30 pounds.
What?
No, I'm sorry, 10 pounds. I can't move more than 10 pounds.
10 pounds. Mage hand cannot lift this sack of potatoes.
A heavy sack of potatoes. I will create a.
You really don't want to touch the
Does
bag.
Yenor see
I
him
don't.
try to cast it and fail? She's
Yes.
just gonna grab it and chuck it in the corner.
It squelches, and it's damp,
Uh-huh.
and when you move it, the smell gets worse.
Uh-huh.
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 And when you chuck it in the corner, it makes this plop squelch sound and kind of collapses in on itself. And there's just this odd wetness emanating from the bottom of the sack.
Yenor's gonna stare at Wakim
Is there
and
maggots?
then wipe her hands all over the blanket that was on the bed.
Is there maggots?
Like he's visibly retching right now.
How hard do you throw it in the corner?
Just a light toss. Like, I'm not, like, chucking it at the wall.
Okay. The bag does not break.
Thank God. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Potatoes don't rot that fast. Right?
Not that
I
fast.
mean, the
No.
conditions in here.
She's gonna look at Wakim. This ship has supposedly only been out here for 2 weeks. Potatoes don't rot that fast.
If they get wet, they do.
In 2 weeks? Like that? It's potato soup.
I say, to be fair, it also depends on how old they were, from field to shipping port. But yeah, 2 weeks. They would have to have already been out for like 2, 3, 4 weeks.
Smooth sailing doesn't put moldy food on their boat. All right, these
Something's
potatoes
not
have
right.
been here for months.
Something's really not right. And as she says that, and he stops retching, he's gonna check the compartment again to see if there's anything deeper.
Underneath the rotting
And as
potato
I do
sack.
this, I also cast detect magic.
Okay. You cast detect magic.
Mm-hmm.
Underneath the rotting potato sack, as it is moved and squelches all over the place, you see something reflect light at the bottom of this hatch, hidden hatch area. Something's just glinting off of the light that's shining down into the hatch.
Yeah, I reach down and, well, I would mage hand try and pick it up.
And the mage hand can lift it up.
Mhm.
It's this silver, like, four-pointed with the 4-point hilt dagger.
Huh.
With a large red gem in the hilt of the dagger. It is
Am I
giving
speaking-
off a magical aura.
Do I detect what type of magic it is?
Foul.
Ooh. Feels gross. This feels very gross. And he literally says that out loud. And he looks at Ynor.
So, Ynor, you see him reach. Well, you see him cast Mage Hand. Mage Hand just slowly, with like 3 fingers, is picking up this ornate silver 4-pointed dagger with a 4-point hilt and a red gem in the center. And you saw him cast Detect Magic, and he said, "This feels gross."
And he's doing like the ick face.
He's gonna grab like a pillowcase off the bed and like just kind of like grab it by the hilt around the pillowcase so she's not actually touching it.
Oh, you don't want to touch this mysterious thing that was under a rotting sack of potatoes?
Yeah, let me just grab it and get possessed from this fucking ghost boat with rotting potatoes everywhere.
Okay, so you're holding it with cloth. So, Joaquin, you see her wrap it with pillowcase and grab
Yeah.
it from your mage hand.
I think you're gonna need something more than that because it's a really gross thing. It feels disgusting.
I want to study it real quick and see if I recognize anything.
Study it from a knowledge standpoint or an arcane standpoint.
Any possible way.
So
My
you can-
wife is a librarian. I know a lot.
You can make an arcana check or insight.
Definitely insight.
Spudtown has sales.
24.
A 24. Those were both pretty good rolls, actually.
Yeah. For one.
Okay. This is evil magic. It has been imbued with something terrible. You've not seen a dagger like this or a similar construction like this. From criminals you've busted, you've seen like the tri-point corkscrew daggers, but they usually don't have a hilt. You've seen daggers with ornate hilts, like normal daggers. You've never come across something like this. Do you want to continue to try and glean more information from it?
Why do you think you're asked that? I do, but I don't. Going off of what I do know of magic, do I know that I have anything to worry about if I keep staring at it and keep holding it in the cloth?
Probably the cloth is starting to burn away.
I grab another one. Listen, full beds, they've got at least 2 pillows. Sometimes they've got 4. I grab a different pillowcase and I study it more. In the meantime, I ask Joaquin to go get me a box.
Jesus Christ! And then he goes.
Do you want to touch it?
I'll grab it with mage hand.
Go get a box.
All right, I'm frantically looking for a box. I see the cloth catching fire.
You find like a small chest that was left behind that would fit it.
Okay. I pick it up.
Whoever was here did not take any of the storage things. They just opened them and ransacked them. So there's tiny chests, there's small chests, there's medium chests, there's large chests, there's all kinds of wardrobes and chests and trunks.
Okay. Yeah, I grab one of the chests, I open it up, and I say, "In here."
I quickly wrap it in the rest of the pillowcase and put it in and shut the lid and lock it.
Okay.
Didn't Zara mention something about like a school of magic or something, a library of magic?
Maybe? Yeah. Yeah, she did.
Yeah,
We should go there.
we should take that there. Do you want to carry the box?
Honestly, no, but
I'll carry it.
yes. Yes.
Joaquin, describe the box that you found.
I mean, I'm imagining just kind of like your standard what is it? 5x7. No. Yeah, like 5x7 inch box.
Made of
Kind of
what
hold
material?
trinkets and
Because these ships had all kinds of trunks and boxes.
I'd assume metal, because it wood rots.
All the trunks are heavy wood.
Maybe like leather lined, but iron.
Okay, so like one of the valuables boxes.
Yeah,
that
it's like
would
a
be
jewelry box.
Yeah.
That would use
Yeah.
to be stored valuables. Okay.
Above
Leather lined iron box. Good choices. That's why I had you.
I'm gonna get possessed.
completely above table, I've heard baked goods are good for containing evil items.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
You are not sticking.
It's fine, we'll stick it in a
No.
butter brownie.
We're not doing a return of the evil muffin, okay? It's not happening. We did it once. It didn't
That
work
evil
out.
muffin followed you through the entire campaign.
It did, and it was not good. So we're not going to do that again, okay? No return of the evil muffin.
I'm just saying that something about the gluten contains evil. That's all I'm at.
I wish I could give you psychic damage for that.
The lights that you didn't originally notice in the hatch area that you opened all of a sudden flicker to life, and you can see all the way down there now. Okay.
Wait, what? Did you do that?
You should
Can I look at you
try to
more?
like stick your head in there.
You?
Listen, do I have to do all of the dangerous things?
Yes.
I have
Yes,
a wife.
you do. And she will mourn you if anything happens. I will make sure to tell your story.
Set the box on the rim. And is it deep enough for me to like jump down?
Oh, you want to jump down?
I'm asking, how deep is it?
Like a couple persons length of ladder down.
Please don't jump down, okay?
I'm gonna set the box down. I'm gonna just the firefighter shimmy down the pole
Oh my
on the side of the ladder.
Oh my god.
Listen, you wanted this.
Make an acrobatics check as half the ladder's gone.
I just wanted you to peek in, not throw your whole body down.
I'm gonna inspiration then.
You're gonna re-roll? Okay.
Better hero point. 19.
Joaquin, you hear a thud.
Yeah. But at
You
least we
peek
know
over the
there's a-
edge. You peek over the edge.
Yeah.
She's standing. She's fine.
Okay.
But you look more closely, and the bottom half of the ladder's gone.
Missing
Hey.
something down there?
Is it
Like a
dark
ladder?
or no?
No, it's not dark.
Okay. What do I see? How many bodies are there?
It's like a 5x5 area,
Okay.
right? There's some other like storage boxes down here and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
The musty smell has vacated the area.
Hey, Joaquin, it smells better down here.
He pokes his head in. Does it smell better?
Yes.
All right. And then I would climb down the half ladder and then, yeah.
If you climb down normally and then just drop down, you're fine.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm no firefighter, superhero, Wonder Woman over here.
Yeah, there's trunks and chests along the walls here, at least halfway up. So like 2 chests high, and then there's probably 2 on each wall stacked. Do you have just enough room for both of you?
Okay. Are they all unopened?
Yes.
I look at you, Nora, shall we?
How long have they been gone?
You're still trying to go through all your papers. This
Would they
wasn't
have
very
heard?
long.
Would she have heard all this yelling?
Yes. Well, you would have heard her making exclamations as she's going through papers, and while you hear them making all these exclamations as they're investigating. Are you trying to open the chest?
Yes.
Do I notice anything weird about the chest? Like, say, the same vibe as the knife?
No.
No?
No. These are all, like, thick iron chests, though they're not wooden chests.
I'm gonna grab Joaquin's shoulder and be like, you do remember what we just found, like, 3 minutes ago, right? You want to open the other iron boxes?
Is my detect magic still up?
Yes.
Am I detecting anything weird?
The only weird thing is you can't detect through these iron boxes.
I can't detect through the iron boxes.
Nope. Like, you notice your detect magic on this dagger that you found. Once you put it inside of the iron box that you found and locked it, you can no longer sense the dagger.
I hear what Yunora says. I put 2 and 2 together, and I kind of put my hands together in front of my mouth, and then I look at her, and then I say, I see your point. Let's go tell Lady Zara, yeah?
Yeah. I'll bring the box, don't worry. I won't make your delicate fingers touch it.
This is why I love you, and why we're such good friends.
Ah, yes, I protect your delicate sensibilities.
See, I
Well,
knew you understood this.
While about this time you're trying to do the mirror trick, you hear a slam as the hatch slams shut.
That can't be good.
Hey, DM, the hatch is just wood, right?
On the top side,
Fuck. It's lead lined. or steel lined, isn't it?
Iron. You're in a giant iron box.
Great. Is there still light down here?
Yeah, the lights are still on.
Okay.
It's not dark.
I don't know. Somebody just slammed the door shut.
So Joaquin and or as you both are deciding that maybe you shouldn't touch any of these iron boxes down here. The door slams shut and you're trapped down here. There's light, but effectively trapped.
Wait, what? Nope. And he starts banging on the roof of this thing.
Well, first you have to grab the ladder, which is about 10 feet up.
Yep. So I try to do that, and I can't.
That would be an athletics check.
All right, hold up.
Can I push him up? Would that give him advantage?
That'll give him advantage.
All right.
Okay.
I help.
I do the thing, and that's a natural 20.
Oh, the
Oh.
advantage did help because that's the second die.
Boosted. She threw him
The
up there.
adrenaline and Ynor's help, you just rush up and climb up that ladder like you've never climbed a ladder, and you start banging on the metal underside of the hatch.
I'm just
Wow,
like, hey! Dun, dun, dun.
You're about to bring your findings to them, and you hear the hatch shut. What do you do?
Already headed that way, and that is not a good sound. She's gonna run in where she saw them be last and see what the hell's going on.
Okay, so you see everything, the whole room's been rearranged. Anything that could be opened is opened, just like the rest of the boat, except for this small iron box that is sitting on the bed.
No, I put it on the floor.
That's sitting on the floor.
Do I see the hatch, or does it kind of blend into the floor? And I
No,
won't.
you see the hatch, it's obvious.
Okay. Well, I'm more interested in that since that's what I saw slam shut. So I just
Sure.
kind of move the box aside. Do I hear him slamming on the underside?
Very faintly.
Okay. So,
Also, as you move the box, it's heavier than a box of that size, even made of iron, should be.
well, that's no time to worry about that. I'm looking something up. I'm sorry. Fuck. I have to be able to see you. Okay. I mean, can I just open the hatch? Is it?
You're going
Can
to
I-
try to open the hatch?
Yeah, can I?
Sure. You reach for the hatch's handle to open it. I'm assuming that's how you're going to be opening the hatch, unless you want to try another hatch opening method.
I don't know any other hatch opening method. So.
So you reach for the handle, you touch the handle. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh dear God. These are not Lala's forte. Either. Cool.
Are we
It's a 10.
sticking with that? Are we sticking with that?
I don't have a lot of options. I'm very low on inspirations and stuff. So,
We did just get one.
did we?
Yeah, because of Joaquin's natural 20, that would have. I forgot to call it out, but that would have given you
Oh,
guys another.
Well, shit. Then we'll try it one more time, but I don't think it'll be much better. I'm not good with wisdom. It's slightly better.
13.
Yeah.
Okay. You feel like a little zap, not like an electric shock, more like a psychic zap when you touch the handle. Like it's a zap in your mind, but you register it as being your hand getting zapped in your mind.
But it's not like horrifically painful. I could still
It
try
doesn't
to,
do damage. It's just something you notice.
but I could still try to like yank the door. Does it
Yep.
open?
Nope.
It doesn't move.
Nope.
Well, shit. She's
Just
gonna.
let me know when you let go of the handle of the hatch.
Oh, like as soon as she yanks it and it's not moving at all, she'll let go.
The iron little trunk that you moved on the floor is calling to you.
That's uncomfortable.
You have this strong urge to want to open that trunk.
Uh,
Do you listen to the urge, or do you attempt to resist?
I'm going to attempt to resist just because it's very weird and uncomfortable. Boxes shouldn't talk.
As
Well,
I'm
You take
banging
5
on the
points of
thing,
psychic damage.
as
What?
I'm banging on the roof, I would also be shouting, "Lala, are you there?" So I don't know if that helps her in any way.
Lala, you take 5 points of psychic damage resisting.
I say Lala has a lot of voices at her right now.
Yes. It's just that, like, weird half-whispered calling you to the box. But you take 5 points of psychic damage. If you're resistant to psychic, you cut that in half to 2. Because I
She's
think
not.
you might be.
No, she's not
Oh,
actually.
you're not? Okay, so then you take 5. You do hear muffled, like, talking. Almost like what talking sounds like underwater. From Joaquim, where you recognize it as Joaquim and the banging on the hatch.
Okay. She's gonna yell back to him. Is there another way out of here? I can't open the hatch. What's with the fucking box?
Joaquim, again, while muffled, you do make out another way out. Fucking box.
Boxes, she talk.
Tell her
Don't
not
worry
to
about the box. Go get Zara.
Lala, the only thing you hear from that is something about Zara.
Zara. Okay. Take the fucking box to Zara. Okay. She'll pick up the box and start running to go get Zara.
Okay.
And I just hear footsteps going away, and I look down at
Well, you hear a dragging, and then the dunk, and then of footsteps.
would I be able to determine that she took the box, or
The base of your detect magic that was being blocked by the box is no longer being blocked.
that little 5-finger? She took the box. I hope she took it to Zara, but she took the box.
Listen, she wouldn't blatantly steal from us and leave us to starve to death.
Ynor gives. I mean, he gives Ynor the big, just the. You know that meme with like the dude standing at the soccer game, just completely, completely dejected. I'm gonna see. Hold on, I'm gonna see if I can put it in the chat. Give me
Steve is a very
one.
sad boy.
I know exactly what you mean. The fucking really guy.
Yeah.
Lala, you do run into
Oh.
you do run into a guard patrol as you're like dashing off the docks with this box.
Oh, hey, you. People trapped in there. Maybe do something. And she'll point. Oh,
They
does one of
all the
big-
three of them look at you confused.
Does one of them look like especially burly?
One of them's wearing a mech suit.
Cool. You come with me, and she'll hand him the box. You carry this. It's heavy.
You hand him the box.
Yes.
Get another 5 damage.
You see the lights of the power armor turn off.
Is he like glued to the ground now? Then it's too heavy to walk around.
He can't get out of the armor, and he can't move. The other two, they pull out their words. What did you do? What did you give to him?
Look, it's not my fault that you all are useless. Now I'm in a hurry, and she'll take the box back and start running.
His power armor lights back up, and they kind of look at you. Could do the look at it, but then they kind of see a guard knocked out on this boat, and they look back at you. And they're like, "All right, you go with her. We'll go." And he mech's walking down the deck with this guy now that it's powered back on, and Lala, you track some guy following you.
Weird. Those things can fly, yeah? Well,
Only some of them.
She'll yell over her shoulder. Those things can fly, right?
Not this one.
Useless. I'm surrounded by useless things. Just try to keep up. She keeps running.
Where are you running to?
Zara. Or at least, I assume probably to her office since she doesn't know where she lives and she said she was going to go rest. So
Okay,
we'll see.
so you're running towards her office.
But Lala's quick, so.
Yeah. Okay. Deedle and Kraka.
Yes.
By this point, you finished making breakfast. Everything's just kind of on warm now. And you haven't really heard anything from your companions. And it's been like an hour.
They should have been back by now.
Maybe we should go look for them.
Yeah, let me break. Should we bring the food or just let them get it when they get back?
We can get it when they come back.
To be fair, I think it would be fabulous if you guys showed up to a massacre with a picnic. That'd be great.
Is there anything to like cover the food? Because if there's nothing to like cover the food, then I'm just gonna bring the food.
Yeah, there's like lids. Like you had pots and cauldrons, pans. And there's lids and stuff, and the fresh salad food that you made is in like this big bowl, and you find like a makeshift cover to put over the bowl.
Guys,
Yeah,
we'll wrap it and we'll go look for everybody.
Great. You walk outside. You see Lala holding a box, running in a direction that's different than back to the house, with a guard chasing her. And you see an armored guard and a normal guard running towards the ship that was labeled as the Sioux sailing ship.
Well, that don't look good.
No. What the hell did they do?
I don't know. Should we go after Lala or the ship?
The ship.
Well, let's go.
All right. So you both run towards the ship. Poppy is still sleeping, so she's not following you. Lala, you make it to Zara's office.
Who's there? Anybody?
No
Is she?
one. It's locked.
Oh, fuck. Is the guard close enough? Was he able to follow me well enough I could still talk to him?
Yeah, he caught up to you. He's got his weapons drawn, and he's looking at you very cautiously.
Lal is completely ignoring his weapons because at this point she sees him like a giant doofus. Miss Zara, do you know where she lives?
Why would I tell you that information when you're carrying this mysterious box?
Are you trying to tell me you're afraid of a box while you're pointing guns at me?
It just dispowered one of our suits, unless that was your doing, in which case I should be afraid of you and not the box.
Good. Be afraid of me. Oh, terror. A loose plug can unpower something. Where's Miss Zara?
We're not allowed to give out that information.
Listen, if I put this box on you, I will beat you to death in seconds. Tell me where she is.
Make an intimidation check.
I'm not great at those either. Does the box give me advantage? Probably not.
Sure, I'll give you advantage on it situationally.
Neat. Whew, what a divergence.
41. Just she's go 2 doors down from where you guys are staying.
Thanks, you're coming with me. And she kind of just kicks him in his metal leg and takes off in that direction.
As you do, you not pass because you're going at like a diagonal, but off to the distance you see Beetle and Kraka moving hastily towards the ship, quite a few paces behind the armored guard and the other guard.
Good.
Kraka and Beetle, you eventually catch up to the other 2 guards. Like, all right, what are your friends was just here? What are you both doing? Where's your other friends?
On the well, all 3 of them were supposed to be on the ship, but what is Dara's office in that direction that the lady was just running?
Yes, but she's not in her office right now.
Where is she?
We were told to leave her alone. I presume she's recuperating after a long night.
She did say she was going to try to rest. Well, that's guessing that's where she was going. You know, where did you go on the ship yet?
I don't know. There's supposed to be a guard here, but it looks like he's sleeping on the deck there, and he points to the deck.
Oh, then you deal with your guard, and we'll check out the ship.
They look at each other. They look back at both of you. They look at each other again. I'm going to have you make a persuasion check.
Hero point.
Go ahead. An 18.
Yeah, I'll roll that.
All right. And the guard turns around to his armored friend. Go to the end of the deck. No one else comes down here. Just stand there. Flag down the next squad. Tell them there's something going on. And he goes to his friend trying to wake him up. Go. Find your other friends. He was gesturing to you and you, Kraka, and you, Deedle, and pointed to the ship entrance.
onto the ship like I like I know what I'm doing and I have a reason to be on the ship.
Well, you notice the state of the ship and the smell. As do you, Deedle. It's gross and disgusting. You do see papers on the table. You recognize some of them as the paperwork that Zara was sharing with Wakim and Yunor yesterday. You don't see Wakim or Yunor, though.
So the place is still trashed or half
Yes.
trashed because they cleaned up somewhat.
The table's not trash because they pushed everything onto the floor, but the place is trash.
I don't know, I'm just gonna look around the room to see if there's I don't know, anything related to like a hidden room, like something that like only the Sioux would know about, like an insignia or something that, or like maybe like like a pocket dimension, like one of those holes.
Do we hear anybody coming in above us? Or not?
You hear faint footsteps.
If I heard those, I would start banging again.
Would my shield be make a louder sound?
You
Like
don't
if I
know.
just slam my shield into the ceiling.
You don't know how far the vibrations will travel outside of this possibly enchanted metal box.
Surely I would believe that metal on metal is louder than this.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna start smashing my shield into the ceiling.
Well, you both can't get up to the ceiling.
I'll climb on boxes if I have to.
All right, no. I'll get down. I climb down half the ladder and hop down the other half, and then say, no, you get up there and do your shield bashing thingy.
Okay.
I do the shield bash.
Kraka and Deedle, as you are both beginning to try to piece together what the fuck is going on, you hear this faint banging coming from the back of the ship.
Did you hear that?
I'm gonna go check it out.
Like a clanging?
Yeah.
You
But it's-
move towards the back of the
Yeah.
ship.
Yeah.
It's just every clang trying to like pinpoint where it's coming from.
As you continually move towards the back of the ship, it gets slightly louder and louder until you're faced with the disrepair of what you assume used to be the captain's quarters.
Oh.
Oh, I thought we were already there. Well, we'll go into the captain's quarters.
You have to climb over a couple stacked chairs, the bed. There's this weird, musty, rotting smell, and you see a wet sack of something in the corner.
Gonna go over and poke it.
It squelches.
Ooh. Ooh.
It leaves an ooze on your finger.
What the fuck is this?
I don't know. I was wondering why the door was barricaded, but now I'm wondering why you touched it.
It's like don't press the red button. You just gotta see what it is.
It's.
And then I gotta wipe it all over the front of Kraka.
I kind of just tuck my head into my shell.
You do notice that the front of this very wet, sagging stack says potatoes.
But they're rotten.
The banging is extremely loud in this room now.
What does it sound like inside of my shell since my head is in my shell now?
The banging,
Mm-hmm.
it's muffled. Because it's not
Just
like someone's knocking on your shell. It's the sound of metal on metal that's already being muffled while you're inside of your shell, which muffles sound more.
I slowly peek my head out of my shell to make sure she doesn't got like a lob of food and like claw at me.
She doesn't.
Can we find the clanging now instead of playing with rotten food?
Yes.
Thank you.
You do see kind of the center of where all this furniture was moved from, and is positioned around. There's this hatch.
Look down the hatch.
It's closed.
Oh. How does it open? It's just like a
There's
little
like
bit
one of those heavy iron handles on it that you pull open.
Oh, well then I try to open it.
Make a wisdom saving throw for me as you grab the handle.
Wisdom saving throw. 18.
We're gonna pause there. Lala, at this point, you would have made it to Dara's quarters.
I know she's probably sleeping, so I'm just gonna smack the door as hard as I can and start yelling Zara.
Wait.
And you hear just stomping. The door swings open. This imposing figure of a lady, half dressed in night clothes, is seething. I told you to leave. Oh. Hi. I thought you were one of my guards.
You mean your useless ones? Yeah, I brought one of them, but I need you, because they're useless.
For what?
She holds up the box. This thing was found whispering to me outside a hatch that trapped Ynor and Joachim, and I can't open it. Joachim said something about this box and you.
Mom?
Give me a second. And she closes the door. You hear a bunch of rummaging behind there. She opens the door and she's got this, like, trench coat-like thing on, and she's holding the hilt. Without the sword. The sword's not out yet, but she's holding a hilt. Alright. This'll do. Bring me there.
What do you want me to do with this weird talking box?
Keep holding it.
She
I'm not magical, but I'm not touching that.
Sure. Leave the little girl to hold the
It
evil
doesn't
box.
seem to be hurting you.
Well, neither do serial killers until they do. Anyway, try to keep up.
Mom?
And
Mom?
Lala will turn around and start heading back towards the ship.
Okay. You guys make it back to the ship about the same time that Kraka and Needle figure out where they need to go. Kraka, you are able to grasp the handle without much difficulty. Still feels like a little zap in your mind, but you don't feel anything else from it. What are you trying to do now? Kraka?
Ah, it's sorry. Yeah, I just like look down the hole and like see what I see. If I can't see anything, hello?
Oh, it's not open yet.
Oh, well, then
You grab the handle and feel a little mental zap.
no, I still try to open it.
It doesn't really budge.
I grab it with both hands.
Creaks a little bit.
Hmm. Is there anything to like pry at the lock
Deedle's axe.
or damage the area around the lock?
Again, Deedle's axe or your hammer. Either would probably do the trick.
I'm gonna hand him my axe.
I mean,
Wait, you try to give him your axe?
Yes.
You're attuned to your axe, correct?
Yes.
yeah, no, it's your axe. I don't. If something goes
One
wrong,
second.
I don't want to be at fault for breaking your axe trying to break this lock.
Okay.
Oh, that one's not a fun one. Okay. So you can try to attempt to give him your axe if you would like, but he refuses it. You want to try to damage the area around the lock or around the latch?
Eagle?
Are either of you trying to damage the area around the latch?
I'll just pull out my hammer.
Go ahead and make an attack roll with your hammer. And Deedle, if you would also like to try to attack the area around the latch, you can make an attack roll with your axe. Those both hit, so go ahead and roll damage. The area around the latch splinters, and Joaquim and Yenor, you just hear this crack and thud above you as wood and splinters fall down into the hole that you're in. Raka, you're able to pull the hatch open now.
So what do I see now? Since
You see a lit, like 5x5 room. There's double stacked chest lining rolls, a half ladder, and Yenor kind of at the ladder near the hatch, she was banging, and Joaquim kind of standing down on the floor.
Great. Amazing. Have you seen a 5x7 metal box up there? It should have been right around here.
I look around. Do I see a box?
Nope, not one that described like that.
Did you see Lala with the box?
Seen her running with something.
Where?
I think to Zara's office.
I was woken up for this. Why was there banging? What is going on? Why is one of my guards knocked out on the front of this boat? And what is this box that you sent her with?
Do
and
not
who's
open the
Lala?
box.
Hey, I found your box.
Do not open the box.
Zara has it. She's here.
And there's no knocked out guard. That is a figment of your
He was
imagination.
sleeping.
Oh, okay, then disregard that. Who's Lala?
Lala's her middle name.
Okay, we'll go with that for right now because there's so much else.
Lala's
Let's
just
process.
gonna dead look at Ynor right in the eyes and be like, "Wow, you're terrible at this."
It's more of a nickname than a middle name because, she's happy. She kind of skips around and la 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 la. So,
Why are you both in that hatch?
We got trapped. By who? We don't know. They broke it to get
By
us
this
out.
box.
By magic.
It probably was the box. Or I should say, the knife in the box. Don't touch the knife.
There's a
Don't.
knife.
You should probably set the box down.
There are more boxes down here too.
Once Lala hears there's a knife in the box, she's interested in just kind of like turning it over and looking at the box a little more intensely.
so how? Wait.
Zara's just standing
down
there, frozen, with her mouth open, trying to form a thought.
Don't worry, babe. I get the same way first thing in the morning. Lala, put the box down.
But it talked to me.
It's Becky.
Becky, put the box down. Inanimate objects are not supposed to talk to you, and you know that.
I mean, yeah, but
Do you want to get possessed by a ghost? This is how you get possessed by ghosts.
just gonna
Wait. Are we still calling her Becky?
Yeah, why not?
Becky is her name.
Yeah.
Again, more minor illusion question marks appear above Joaquin's head.
Becky with the boots with the fur.
But wait, how did you guys get down there, and how did it locked? What's?
We're still stuck down here, right?
No, he got the hatch open. They broke the lock. They broke the latch.
I'm pretty sure this talking box trapped them in there.
Well, that's
Probably.
definitely a problem because that box is not talking.
Yeah, no. Do I hear it talking?
Nope.
I'm going to put my hands on the box and try to gently take it from her.
Lala, are you going to let Ynor take the box or no?
Is the box still talking?
Yes.
Is it saying my name?
It's whispering, and you can almost kind of sort of make out maybe a little bit of your name if you focus on the word real close.
The box wants me.
Me hold the box, and we'll get it studied, and then I'll give you back the box.
But was the knife inside pretty? Is it pretty? Can I peek?
If it's pretty and I can get it cleansed, you can keep the knife too. What's better, haunted knife or not haunted knife?
All right. You make a strong argument.
Make a wisdom saving throw.
Me?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, a haunted knife does sound pretty cool.
No, it does not. That's how you get ghosts.
DM, apologies. I do have to go.
Yep. We're ending it after this, but Lala, you do not want to give up this box. It is your box. This is your special box, and you don't want to let go. And with the cursed box, we're going to call an end there because one of our players has a second session tonight, very soon. We're going to pick up back there with the chaos of the haunted box.
I have a ghost.
Thank you all for tuning in, and we hope you all have a good weekend and a good night, and we shall see you next time. Stay tuned.
Return for Becky with the hilt with the fur.
Hey guys.
Everybody's coming back from Becky.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Another one in the bag of holding. Ha! That was bad. Anyway, you can catch us live most Tuesdays at 7:30 Eastern on YouTube, Kick, and our Facebook page. To get the latest information, head over to links.chaoticallybalanced.com, linked in the description below, and follow and subscribe to our socials. You can get access to exclusive content by visiting chaoticallybalanced.com/support. Enough of that. See you next time.